Today, I'm going to teach you how to get your braids from looking like this to looking like this. I'm going to show you 3 super easy ways to instantly make your braiding look better. And I did Dutch braids in this video, but you can do it with fishtail braids or French braids or regular braids. Also, this video is for people who already know how to braid but want to make their braiding look better. So let's get on to the tips. Okay, so the first thing that you can do to start making your braids look better is to start small. Something I see people do a lot is start out with these giant chunks of hair when they start braiding, and it does depend on the person, but generally it doesn't look as good. And once I started doing this with my braids, they started looking so much better. And again, this is a how to improve your braids video, not a braiding tutorial. But if you want me to do braiding tutorials, let me know and I will do them. Anyways, not only do you need to start small, you also need to gradually go from small to big. As you watch me braid, you'll see that I am picking up very small pieces and I gradually get bigger. Generally, I pick up a piece of hair that's about the size of the piece that I am combining it with. So the next thing that you can do to improve your braids is to pull very, very tight. Something, again, that I see people do a lot is that they don't pull tight while they are braiding, so their braid turns out looking really loose. And your braids will just look a lot cleaner and neater and better if you pull very tight. Don't be afraid to basically yank on your hair to get it to pull tight. Now when I say pull tight, I don't mean be pulling tight every second of your braiding process. You only need to pull tight after every stitch or after every time you pull in a new piece of hair. That's when you need to be pulling really tight. Also, like I said, you're going to want to gradually increase the size of the pieces that you're picking up, but you also want to make sure that they are even on both sides. So this whole process is just gradually picking up bigger and bigger pieces and pulling tight with every piece that I pick up. And the last thing that you can do to improve your braids is to pancake them. And if you don't know what pancaking is, basically it's just pulling on the edges of the braid and loosening it up. I'll usually wait to start pancaking until I've braided for a few inches just because I feel like it makes it a little bit easier. And I know pancaking looks pretty simple, but it can sometimes be complicated. The trick to making your pancaking look good is to, number 1, kind of pull from almost the bottom side of the braid rather than pulling from the top of it, because I feel like that just helps it to pull out more evenly. And don't pull out too far because then it starts looking a little funny. So just make sure to pancake it a little bit, and then if you think you want to go for more, then pull it more. But if you pull it really hard, pancake it really big, it's really hard to put that back in. So just start small and then go bigger. And the other trick for pancaking when you're braiding that I don't think people really talk about a lot is pancaking as you go. So I'll do a few stitches of the braid and then I'll go back and pancake more, and then I'll do a few more stitches of the braid and then I'll pancake some more. And I feel like this is a lot easier than doing it at the end, because at the end your braid is all tight and on top it's not loose enough for you to pull out the strands. So make sure that you are pancaking as you go. The other thing to pay attention to when you're pancaking is to not pancake it more on one side of the braid than the other side, unless you are trying to do that. But for these specific kinds of braids, it looks better if you have even pancaking on both sides. Also, my pancaking is a little bit uneven towards the beginning of this because I couldn't really see what I was doing because the camera was in the way, but I promise I fix it later. Something else I also like to do is to pull out a few little strands of hair by the side of my ear. I just feel like it helps every hairstyle I do look a lot better. I don't even know why, but it does. If you don't have short hairs there that you can pull out, it's okay. I actually cut those hairs there every so often just so I can use them when I'm doing my hair to frame my face to make it look a little bit better. And actually, the first time I ever did it was for a boy. You see, I was going to this dance, and I knew that this boy that I kind of liked was going to be there, and I wanted to look as good as I possibly could. So I was doing this fancy updo, and I was looking at inspiration photos, and they all had these little hairs by the side of their ear, and I thought, oh, that just looks so good. And I was like, my hair's too long. So I took some scissors and I cut them short. And you know what? The boy didn't even come to the dance. So I cut my hair for no reason. But I did look really good that night, so it was fine. But anyways, I think it's nice to have little short hairs on the sides of your face, whether or not it's for a boy. And again, as you're going through this braiding process, just keep all of the 3 things I've shared with you in mind. Pick up pieces, gradually go from smaller to bigger, pull very tight, and pancake as you go, and pancake evenly. Now, these are 3 things that I really wish somebody had told me when I was trying to learn how to braid, because I spent many years braiding my hair in a way that was not flattering. And it could have been avoided if I had just known to start small, pull tight, and pancake. Even when you get to the bottom of the hair where you're not picking up pieces, still make sure that you're pancaking and pulling tight, just so you are consistent with your whole braid. You know, this video was supposed to be for you guys to learn something about braiding. Turns out I have learned something as well. Apparently, when I'm braiding, I look like I'm thinking murderous thoughts. I promise I'm not. I'm pretty sure I was thinking about very happy things while I was braiding my hair. But apparently, I look very grumpy and very upset while I'm braiding my hair. The things you learn. Then after I do the first side, I will do the other side. I'll repeat the same process. Also, a lovely part of having long hair. Comment below if you also have long hair and can relate to this. But when you're braiding, it starts braiding itself at the bottom, and it's really annoying because then as you're braiding, you have to go unbraid the bottom. Anyways, it's fine. I'm not irritated. You see, having long hair is not all sunshine and rainbows, especially when you're braiding. Alright, those are all of my ways to improve your braids. Alright, peoples. Thank you very much for watching this. If you found it remotely helpful, then comment down below and let me know. I would love to hear. Also, if you want to send me pictures of your braids after watching this video, I would love to see them. So, my email's linked down below. Go ahead and send me some pictures. Honestly, I would love, love, love to see your braids. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more of my tips and tutorials and everything related to art and hair, then go ahead and subscribe and turn on the bell notifications. And that is all the words that I have to say today. So, until next time.